Hey, hey, welcome to the show, Mutagen Nation, getting ready to go. DB Dornake'S brilliance been denied too long. He's a lizard man underground, and he smells real strong. He's a reptile braining lots of movies to screen. He's crazy, maybe, but he's never mean.
Morons!
Fired from the dump, his genius dismissed.
The great DB Dornake'S getting tired of this!
Hey, hey, welcome to the show, Mutagen Nation, getting ready to go. For too long have I sat by while others have denied me my fair share. With my genius, I will use the garbage of this world, forgotten and thrown aside like myself, to exact my revenge upon the populace using public domain footage. Mutagen Nation warns you to wear sunglasses as we beam the films directly to you at their highest setting. Prepare yourselves, the test subjects, because this is Dornake'S Revenge Live. Hey, hey, welcome to the show, Mutagen Nation, getting ready to go.
Hello there, my dear little test subjects. It is I, the great DB Dornake. And here is my assistant Mutagen. As you can see, there have been some changes around here. Mutagen has a new t-shirt. And yes, some other little changes have happened around. For example, I've had to fire one of my lab assistants. You might remember Hillbilly Jack. Yes, been quite frustrated with him lately. But I decided to put him down in cold storage where I keep the other lab assistants that really don't have not pleased me lately. I could always pull him out later if he survives. But anyway, yes, of course, this is my revenge live. I finally am going to have my revenge for being fired at the dump. Yes, they decided to fire me. But I'll have my revenge. I'm using the trash of the world to enact my revenge. And I'm using that trash by, I built my own satellite. Oh, it's beautiful. Let's get a look at it. Let's get a look at the satellite. Oh, bring it up there. Yes. It's a beautiful thing. Look at that. Oh, it's on that strange trajectory where it is perfectly attuned so I can blow up any state, any place in Kentucky that I want, and then the world. Let's go away from that now. So let's instead. But first, before I decide to blow up Kentucky, I'm going to listen to some voicemails. But and then once I've finished the voicemails, I might get a look in on where I've stashed Jack away. And then we'll play the film. Oh, and the film that we're playing is really special. It's actually an old Suspense episode that has Bela Lugosi in it. Oh, it's really good. Now, you don't normally see Lugosi like this. Yes, normally he's quite elegant and refined, but in this he's drunk and a bit disheveled, and it's quite entertaining to see him that way. Let's see here. Let's see some of our voicemails. Let's play the first one there.
Professor Dornake, this is Whitney. Do you remember in Back to the Future when they used the plutonium and the flux capacitor to turn back time? I was wondering, is there any other scientific way to turn back time? Just asking for a friend.
That's that's a tough one. You know, time travel's a really tricky thing. I've traveled through time on occasion myself. In fact, a few years ago, I discovered a portal that you could go through if you went at full speed towards a median out near a restaurant in Kentucky. If you just went full speed with your vehicle, you could just crush right into that thing and go back in time. I went, but it was a really great experience, and I think I had a head injury. So I wouldn't recommend it to, non-professionals. But let's play our next voicemail, and we'll see what I could do about that later.
Hey DB, it's Pete from the EPA again. I got bad news. Let's see, it's about 4:30 on a Friday. Yeah, so I've been going over this Phantom Snake project, and I'm afraid I can't let it through. There's a lot of paperwork, and honestly, I don't want to bother with it. So. Yeah, and so it's really not worth it to me. So sorry, man, but we're rejecting this Phantom Snake project. I'll be in touch.
Oh, you really can't get good help these days. I paid him a lot of money so he would push that project through. And it bores him. That really gets my goat. And that's part of what I'm talking about. That's part of why I want my revenge. See, I'm the greatest genius around, and the fact that I'm not in charge of everything makes me really furious. And I plan on destroying Kentucky and then the world. Now, let's get another look at the Dornake'S satellite. And once we're done with that, we'll get a look in on Jack and what I've done to him. Then we'll play the film. Watch out, Kentucky! Here it comes! Oh, look at that beautiful satellite footage. It's a wonderful thing. I built that thing from scratch several years ago. Finally able to put it into place. Yes, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Now, let's go ahead and get to Jack, and we'll see how he's doing in his confines.
All right.
Kind of cold down here. I wish DB would have told me to bring a jacket. Oh man. It's kind of hard to breathe in here too. I think I might be under a sewage plant or something. It kind of smells like my grandmother's basement. What? What's this?
Yum, yum, these brains is oh so tasty. I love to nibble and nibble a mouthful, and when I do, I say to you, oh, sorry. I think that the last guy I ate out of this helmet here, I think he got stuck in elevators a lot, so that song was stuck in his mind. Look at you! Look at you! Who are you?
I'm Jack. I work for DB, but he's not too happy with me. I don't think right now. He sent me down here. Well, maybe it's best.
Shake hands. Shake my body for me. That's not really how I greet people.
Yeah.
You're
kind of squishy.
Yeah, that's my butt. Yeah, that's my butt. So you're a live one, huh? Haven't had one of you around for a while. Lots of brains down here, but nothing alive.
Well, I wouldn't talk about me having brains too much.
The live ones, they taste better. That's what they tell me. It's been a while, so I can be patient. What brings you down here to see me?
Well, to be to be honest, I think it might have had something to do. Well, are you familiar with curses?
Curses.
Yeah, yeah. So DB, he likes to collect a lot of ancient artifacts, and he likes to collect things from local haunts and everything. And well, sometimes these artifacts, they have what you call curses with them. Well, you know, I'm not the brightest. I'll be the first one to tell you.
I can tell you're not the brightest. You know, this predicament you're in, it seems very familiar to me. You know, you're trapped down here. He's having his revenge by trapping you alone down deep in a dark crypt, right? That sounds exactly like this story, this somebody I read, you know, called The Cask of Amontillado. You know, have you heard that one, Jack?
A little bit about it. That's the story where the guy gets his revenge by by tricking somebody.
Oh, yeah.
to go into like a cave or something, and then with like the promises of goodies and whatnot, like Capri Suns or Twizzlers. Oh yeah, I was told that I could have my fill of Twizzlers and Capri Suns if I just came down here, and it sounded like a good deal to me. And then all of a sudden, I just start seeing these bricks going one up, one after the other, and then one row after another, and then one row after another, and the next thing I know, I can't get out.
Yeah, that's how they do it. That's how they do it. Oh, you know, it sounds just like the Cask of Amontillado. Yeah. Now listen to this. The Cask of Amontillado's about a guy who gets his jollies by taking his revenge by locking away someone he doesn't like. I forget why now, but he's clearly upset at him. He gets the guy drunk and then promises him goodies. The guy is stupid, but still it's not so easy. When he gets picked up, he wakes up and goes, ah. Oh, it's similar to what's happening to you. You see, like you getting trapped down here, you know? That's just like that story, right?
Yeah, it is. But I don't want to stay down here. It is cold, and there are no Twizzlers and no Capri Suns, and dadgummit, that just frustrates me.
Hey, yeah, you know, I noticed that you're only really trapped down here because your hands are tied up. You could probably easily get out of here if they were untied, or, you know, somehow you got out of those bindings, huh?
Yeah, well, I tried chewing through them, but I guess my teeth just aren't as sharp as they used to be, but I guess that's what you get for chewing on rocks half the time.
Oh, yeah, they look real tough. You know, and I'm a carnivorous worm. So, been eating brains down here a long time. But I figure, you know, I could, you thinking what I'm thinking? Huh?
I think so.
All right, put me down here and let's get to work.
Okay, all right. So, you said you were carnivorous.
That was perfect.
Oh, I just meant for you to chew through the rope.
Well, you know, I'm a carnivorous worm, but you're pretty. I like you. You're real dumb.
Well, you're real nice too, Mr. Connor. You know, maybe we wasn't thinking the same thing, but you sure did help me out of a bind. Help me out of a bind, you get it?
That's real funny, boy. That's real funny. Well, I'll tell you what. How about we stick together, huh? And I can help you. You can help me get a full belly, huh?
Yeah. I tell you what. You help me out of this place, and I can probably get you a job at my Uncle Daryl's morgue.
Oh yeah, a morgue. That sounds real good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get out of here.
Yeah. You got a Band-Aid or something? I might be bleeding a little more than I think I am.
Suspense.
Hey, did you hear the bell, Sarge? The war is over.
Look, this
No
gent...
way, let me sleep.
This gent wants to make a deposition. He says he saw a murder. Wants to get it on record. Hey.
Oh, gent. Murder, deposition, Oh. Yeah.
The major says if you give me the deposition, I'll write it down for him in shorthand. Now, first we'll fill out some blanks. Okay, Count, spill it.
Thank you. This palace used to belong to me.
Yeah? The whole shebang?
Early in the war, when the fascists were in full power, I had to give this property to General Fortunato.
Yeah?
Actually, Fortunato used to be a stable boy here. But he rose by devious means until he became one of Mussolini's favorites. And after that, a general.
Now look, Duke, just give me who got killed, who killed, and how come you've seen it, huh? Now first, we'll have the place, and then the time, and then the respective parties.
The place.
Yeah.
Do you know that under this palace, way under, there is a catacomb?
A catacomb?
Yeah, I know. There's a wine cellar about a quarter of a mile deep.
That is right.
You keep forever going down a long spiral stairway. Every few steps, the corridor leads out, lined with vintage wine.
And they keep that out of bounds for us.
You know, after searching for 3 years through the whole of Italy, I can pronounce it the greatest wine cellar in the
I know it
entire-
used to be.
Okay, now, Count, place of murder, huh?
Well, the catacomb is at the bottom of the spiral staircase. It is so far down that it's actually under a riverbed.
Now, look, Duke, I know this is important to you, but all I need is just 5 words to fill in the blank.
For thousands of years, my ancestors have been buried in that catacomb. And down
Your
there...
Royal Highness, I'm telling you, baby, I don't need all that. All I need is just 5 words.
Way under there is where the crime took place.
Ah, that's better. Murder, catacomb. Next, time of murder.
Time.
Now, what do you say, Prince? Let's blow your nose and get on, huh? Time of murder.
When General Fortunato took over this palace, I must say first that by that time he had acquired so much power that he could force me to let him marry my youngest and dearest sister.
Yeah, why the heck did you let him? Why don't you poke him one?
You Americans are so charming and so simple. I didn't poke him one, my dear boy, because at his call came stormtroopers and torture chambers.
Oh. Okay, Count. Time of murder, huh?
Time. When General Fortunato married, after he married my sister, he took over this place and he let my wife and I stay on. And we lived in a small suite over the stable.
Yeah, nice guy.
This opened onto a terrace that commanded a fine prospect. Every noon, the Countess used to have breakfast there. I used to work in a war office and my sister was in a hospital. But the General and my wife had more leisure.
Good morning.
Has your husband gone to the office?
Yes, I believe so. Doesn't he usually take your wife to the hospital on his way?
My wife didn't go this morning.
Oh?
I told her not to. We're leaving for Rome.
Coffee?
Thanks. May I?
Don't you think you might button your shirt? Doesn't whet my appetite.
We're flying in 15 minutes.
Perhaps you could have one of your colonels to deputize to comb your hair for you in the morning.
Do you know what that means?
What are you chewing on?
It means I won't come back. Not until the war is over, anyway.
You'll keep amused.
Without you.
Why not? Am I part of your pleasure?
Come to Rome.
Don't be ridiculous.
Couldn't you spend the winter in Rome?
Where should I live? We've shut up our house there.
I could get you a luxurious apartment.
I dare say you'd steal it from someone if I'd let you.
You could help me in Rome. As my sister-in-law, you could entertain brilliantly. It would be very good for me.
You have a wife, haven't you?
Oh, she's very simple, just like her brother. Understand, it would be good for me. And it would be good for you. You could have Rome at your feet.
I think you'd better run along now.
Give me an answer.
We've been neighbors here. It's not been too unpleasant. But Rome is different. Rome is public.
What if I won't be married? Answer me. What if you won't be married?
General, I find your stable boy's mind very dull this morning. Bon voyage.
Yeah? And then?
Exactly 1 year later, the general sat in the same chair. By that time, my sister had been killed in an airplane accident, and my wife was living in Rome. On April 12th, the general came roaring up from Rome in a Bugatti of mine he had previously taken over. He invited himself to dinner. And half an hour later, the murder took place. Are you finding yourself game?
Storks! Two storks nesting in the chimneys. And one glass window when an old lady shook her hands at me.
I regret very much that I have to serve you myself, but since the war, you know.
Who cares while we have that salad? Who wants food?
Our eyes met. I knew why he had come north, either to kill me or to arrange for someone else to kill me. I really didn't care. I had come to a point where life or death held no preference. In that warm April sunlight, the red wine glowed and gurgled like blood, and I gave up. What hope for me? He was Iluch's darling. He had a secret police of his own. Actually, I suppose he thought he was being very decent to come in person. He might have sent his agents in the night.
Well, my friend, what do you hear from your wife these days?
She's in Rome, isn't she?
How should I know? You're the husband. Surely the husband knows of the wife and her whereabouts.
She spent the winter there, I believe, trying to secure a divorce. Do you have a cigarette?
Here.
A handsome case.
From an admirer. Well, now, any success with that divorce?
No success.
And how's that from your point of view?
I regret it. It was always a misalliance. A divorce would keep me and would save me from living in fear.
He?
Yes. I often think to myself, supposing that a person of great power would want to marry her. A divorce is impossible. Therefore, this person of great power could only marry her if I were dead.
You don't mean that you fear for your life?
Every moment.
Come now, come. Oh, what romance you fill your mind with.
Not at all, no. She has always been attracted by power. And she attracts power. The end is inevitable.
You know, that is my third battle, waiting for you to cook that nasty little meal for me.
I regret that it is the best that I can offer.
Well, here is to long, long life for both of us. and a happier conversation.
By the way, apropos, that reminds me. Last week, a black marketeer brought me a cask of Amontillado.
Amontillado? Ha! That's impossible.
That's exactly what I said. In these times, impossible.
Must be sherry.
Huh? He swore it was Amontillado.
Sherry. Nobody can get a cask of genuine Amontillado these days.
Well,
not even I can get it.
I had my doubts. Still, I bought it.
Throw your money away.
I'm having Lucchese come over to taste it. You remember Lucchese? Excellent palate.
Lucchese? That old fool doesn't know wine from water.
Well, of course, he hasn't got your palate.
Where is that Amontillado?
Oh, no, I'm afraid it'll be too much trouble.
Now, let me taste it. I tell you, let me taste it.
No, I couldn't disturb you, really.
Why, where is it? Is it in your vaults?
At the very bottom.
All the better. I will sober up. Climbing down.
No, General, really, I couldn't disturb you that
Why,
way.
what's the matter with you? You seem to be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid going down with me.
Oh, it's not that. It's...
What then?
Well, it seems a pity to drag you down there into those depths and those darknesses with this beautiful sunny day. No, I'll have Lucchese.
Oh, get your torch and we'll go.
But do you have the time for me? Don't you have to go back to Rome?
Time for you? Of course I have. I have the whole afternoon to kill. After you.
No, General. Please. No, after you.
I said after you.
Now, the second act of A Cask of Amontillado.
I had trapped myself. Of course he was anxious to taste the Amontillado deep in the vaults. What neater way could he be rid of me? I think I must have mentioned the wine on purpose, because I was hopeless. The least I could do was to give a little help to the inevitable. As we kept climbing down, gradually a curious peace filled my heart where the panic had been. A resignation came over me, almost an eagerness to be at the bottom and done with it. Are you coming along all right, General?
Coming fine. Thank you.
You tell me when you want to rest. We still have a long way to go.
I need a drink. That's what I need. I need warmth. Damn down here.
Amontillado? No, I mean Medoc.
Oh. Yeah, that's better. As a matter of fact, we've gone down far enough. Let's forget the Amontillado. No need to go any lower. It's silly. Let's make a finish of it right here and now. Sit down, dear fella. Need a minute to catch my wind. Now sit down. You know, I owe you a great deal and I give you credit for it. Even when I was your stable boy, you saw I had a hand to run things.
I was always aware of a great eagerness on your part, that is true.
So you gave me money to go to school. 3 years. And I was back here and manager of the whole place. Now look at me. Look at me now and...
I must say, General, you have always been able to forge your way ahead.
Do you want me to tell you the truth about yourself?
Well, this is as good time as any other.
You know, when you made the biggest mistake of your life,
I think I'm beginning to find out.
I will tell you. When you didn't join the party, that's when. If I hadn't get in on the ground floor, I wouldn't have been the boss here now over the whole town, would I?
No.
My dear Count.
And if you hadn't been the boss, I wouldn't have let you marry my sister.
That's right. What? Hey, you were catching on. That's right, because, don't you see, if I hadn't married your sister, I wouldn't have had the money to buy my way in Rome.
And if you hadn't married my sister, she wouldn't be dead.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if you hadn't been married to her, she wouldn't have been in the plane with you.
Oh, that's different. I see. Well, can't help accidents. Matter of fact, your sister was never right for me. Too simple, just like you. I need a woman of ambition.
Someone like my wife?
Yes, if you say so.
And then you really would have reached the top, huh?
You know, life is nothing but a lot of steps. Either you go up,
or you go down. And it seems that I have to go down.
Count.
That second lasted a year. I knew his revolver was on me. I thought of my sister. I thought of the lovely April sunlight that was far above me. I thought of all the tenderness of life trampled on in the name of the dictator state. Suddenly, at that last breathing moment, the ridiculous thought struck me. Why am I so weak? Why don't I kill him?
Count! Where are you running to? Come back here! I command you! Come back here! Count! Where are you? What trick do you play? Dear brother, where are you? What shabby trick are you playing on me? Or are you trying to be funny, or are you hiding to frighten me by leaving me alone?
Here I am, General. Here at the bottom. Yes, I'm in the catacomb. Come on down, it's only a little bit further. The Amontillado down here. Are you coming, brother?
Coming! Hello there! Hello! I'm at the bottom now. Where are you? Hello, brother. What way do I go? Hello? Hello, hello! Here I
How you relieved me. I thought I lost you. Did you hear my gun? Oh, it's so awkward. I always stumble when I drink. Yeah. That's very damp here. Walls are dripping water. Are we under the river now? I feel the dampness in my bones. Well, what are you? Stonemason?
There's a bad sag overhead. Last week I ordered them to wall this end up for support. I see they haven't finished.
That's dangerous.
Oh yes, at any moment now, it might be the end for either of us. Oh, I hope, General, you don't mind a few bones lying around. It's only my family, or I should say our family. Yes, I thought I ought to clean the vault out before they sealed it.
I didn't kill your sister. It was an accident. Pure accident. And your wife, she came after me. She came, I swear it.
Would you like to be buried with my ancestors?
You wouldn't dare shoot me.
If you don't back into that vault, I will.
They would find me, and they would kill you. They would torture you.
Back into that vault. Your hands till you feel the chains.
Why don't you shoot me? Huh? What are you doing? What is that? Are you warning me up? Don't warn me up! Shoot
The wisteria was in bloom, covering the rooftops below me. I sat for half an hour on the terrace, enjoying the sunlight and the general cigarettes.
Then what'd you do? What'd you do then?
Then I disappeared. I went into Switzerland. And then I came back and I joined the underground. And always I say, when the war is over, I will tell my story. And may justice be done.
Next week, our story of suspense will be The Serpent. Also, be sure to listen to Suspense each Thursday night on the radio. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
You know, Mutagen, I never thought that Hillbilly Jack would make it out of there alive. Maybe I've totally misread him. Maybe I should really reconsider that maybe he's not a complete idiot. Maybe I should keep him on the payroll. No. He's a moron, all right. He's a moron just like you. But you're more useful because you're quiet. Good help is really hard to find these days. Good helpers are hard to make. But that's why I'm really seeking revenge. Really, I can't rely on people like this and Hillbilly Jack. They're always gonna mess up my plan. So eventually, I've just got to just wipe everyone out. and now I think it's time that we get to the game so that we can see how we can see what first place in Kentucky we're going to destroy first. So let's get onto the web browser there. There we go. Oh, there's Louisville Halloween's website. Oh, yes. Louisville Halloween. You want to visit this website this Halloween season so you can see all the good stuff going on. You'll probably see Danger Run. You'll see more of me. I'll be a tour guide for a bit of Danger Run this year. There it is there. And, of course, we've got CyberCon coming up with Scarefest, so I've been visiting their webpage. You know what? To check that out. And now here we are on our game that we had on the Scarefest group. And you're going to want to join the group so that you can catch the game in the future. I do post this same picture, these pictures up in other groups all throughout Facebook, but the one in Scarefest group you're going to want to check out. That's the one I visit. I usually find the most comments to. So this funny caption, computer, could you read me the caption, please?
Monica Banos Santiago wrote, I told you already, if you refuse to take me to Scarefest, then I refuse to love you. # Lexington Key.
Lexington Key. Oh, I need to fix that AI that I've got on that computer there. That's Lexington, Kentucky. And oh yes, I've blasted a bit of Lexington before, but I'm really gonna give it to him this time. This was a really good film, and people really shouldn't have thrown it out with all the other trash. But now it's time to get a look at the Dornake'S satellite. Yes, the Dornake'S satellite, my beautiful satellite I pieced together with trash. And yes, that has been saving up this entire film this whole time so that it can be blasted down at Lexington, Kentucky in one large microwave blast, and I'm gonna blow a big crater in there. Now, I know some people will tell you that my laser blasts don't really work, but I don't like to listen to fake news, you know? They're all just trying to catch me up and they're just making up footage. All those places I've blown up, of course they've been destroyed. I'm a genius. So let's go ahead and blow up Lexington, Kentucky. Let's pull up the map there and get ready for a big yes, it's always wonderful blowing up our good state. And next time, I'll be blowing up the world.